What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to Timeless Sneakers and Watches. Fam, we're back at it again, and this time we have a good shoe. So, as you guys saw, this is the neutral gray Jordan 1 Low. And this was a shoe that I was waiting to get my hands on when I saw the images of this release. Granted, I missed the Jordan High neutral gray. I figured, well, I wasn't gonna pay resale for the high, but I definitely wanted an OG low in the collection. And so this was definitely one that I wanted, and I am so glad that I got.
Don't feel like crying. What goes up, comes back down. What goes out, comes around. What goes up, comes back down, and your day will come around.
Let's dive into the shoe. Let's discuss the shoe a little bit, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. So, the Jordan 1 Low neutral gray. Man, such a good shoe. Now, granted, right, the Jordan 1 High is definitely a very popular silhouette and model. Typically, Jordan 1 Highs tend to be the more popular out of the bunch. But remember that the Low was also released back in 1985 along with the highs. And the nice thing about this drop, guys, is that they stuck to the original silhouette. Now, there is some differences, even though they're calling them OG. There is some differences with the silhouette itself and some minor, I guess you could say, discrepancies, right, to those old school true sneakerheads. I'm sure this is maybe a disappointment for us newer sneakerheads. I mean, I'm just happy that I have the silhouette, this style of the OG, Low in hand. And so, obviously, as you guys can see, the neutral gray colorway, a beautiful and such a good sneaker for the summer. Me personally, I love Lows. I just feel like I can wear them a little bit better with some of my jeans. Goes with the fits that I wear, how I wear my jeans during the summer. You know, personally, I like to show a little bit of ankle, so I do wear the tighter jeans, and I tend to cuff up my jeans. So, you know, you see a little ankle action, but at the same time, you see the shoe that I'm rocking. And with the Lows, it just allows that look to just look a little better, in my opinion. Now, granted, I love my highs, so don't get me wrong, but I do love how Lows look. Now, neutral gray colorway, they used some very good materials, guys, and I was actually impressed because prior releases of the Lows that they've been dropping, I have to say, right, it's what we were used to, and the materials were, you know, very plasticky. Nothing compared to this, guys. I was actually very, very impressed. The leather quality, definitely really nice. I mean, let me take this out so you guys can see. I mean, it is super supple, a very, very nice leather. The suede, very, very nice. And I love the nylon tongue. I mean, I just love how that looks. It just sits, silhouette just looks great. And again, a great summer shoe, guys. One that I think right now doesn't have any hype as far as resale goes. You can actually get these for a very, very good price. Retail was $130, and then I think sizes from like 7.5 to like around 10, they're floating anywhere between $150 to $170. Now, how long would that last? I don't know. Now, the other thing that was odd to me, and I didn't understand, was the release. The release on sneakers, they had the men's release, and then they had a women's. Now, I personally hit on the women's release. So this is actually the women's Air Jordan 1 Low OG. I got a 9.5, which is equivalent to an 8. Took an L on the men's draw, but the shoe, from what I can see and from what I've been told, is the same exact shoe. So I hit on the women's release, didn't hit on the men's. but I was just happy that I got the shoe. I don't care if it says women's on the box or if it says men. At the end of the day, it looks to be the same exact shoe. Now, if that is incorrect, please let me know down below, but I haven't seen any differences from the men release versus the women's release. Now, what I don't like about the shoe. So, one, obviously knowing what the OG, the actual OG looks like, I wish they would have given us the bigger swoosh. Obviously this swoosh is a lot slimmer, newer, right? But I love the way the OG swoosh looks. Definitely that bigger swoosh, I think would have looked amazing on this. But hey, I can't complain. You can get it all right with Jordan. And that's really about the only thing I don't like about the shoe. Everything else I love. I love the nylon tongue. I love the hits of the suede. I love how they used the Wings logo back here compared to the old one. And actually I do have the old one here. So you guys can see here how they do the Wings logo is so much better on the OG. Now, comparing these two shoes, completely different. I mean, everything from the toe box and the holes on the toe box to the tongue. I mean, you guys can see how high that tongue sits on the newer models, or what we know as the Jordan 1 Low now, versus, you know, just look at how nice that looks on the OG cut. The OG cut is just a million times better, guys, to be honest with you. Not only the nylon tongue, right? You get the Nike Air versus the Jumpman, and just overall. Now, granted, the midsole is the same exact midsole. They do use the same tooling, which, by the way, shout out to Chris over at Wear Testers. Guys, he has an amazing review on these. He definitely dives a little bit more into the specs, right? And dives into, you know, more of the OG versus this one here. So highly recommend you guys to go check out that video. Great video. Which, by the way, I'll also insert a clip of his shoe. Unfortunately, quality control is another thing that Jordan brand just sometimes needs to be a little bit more consistent. So take a look at what he got when he opened up his box.
Another issue that I got with these things is the soles. It's this one right here. So the upper on this shoe is kind of like put together nicely, but then the sole caves under right here because it's completely fucking warped. Nothing is flat. There's this weird, what the f?
Yeah, I'd be pissed. Now, another difference that I did notice, and guys, again, correct me down below, the people that truly know, I noticed that the box is changed. And I'm not sure if it's because I got the women's release, but it does come in the Nike, that red box, right? The OG black and red, but the size of the box is changed. As you guys can see here, I have an OG box, and this is for the crimson tints. And obviously the size of the box for these OG lows is a lot smaller, which I thought was interesting to say the least, because obviously when I got the box, I figured it was the same size. And as I put it next to the other boxes, the other OG boxes, I noticed that the size was completely off. So what are my thoughts about the shoe? It's definitely a great shoe, guys. Don't sleep on it, especially if you guys missed out on the high. The low is a great summer shoe. Personally, I love me some lows. So I would say right now that the prices are fairly low. I mean, you're paying what? Anywhere between 30 to maybe 40 bucks over retail. Is not a bad deal. Leather quality is there. The resemblance to the true OG is there. And I love the colorway. It's one that just goes with everything. You really don't have to worry about what fit you're throwing on. It is a neutral gray and white colorway that goes with everything. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, till next time, peace.